Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you my Magic Sword build video for the Dark Brother patch update. This is my first build video, so I like to keep things as quick and short and to the point. Hopefully this does not end up as a long video, so I'm sorry, bear with me here. Again, this is my first build video. The skills we're running is Crystal Frags, Bound Aegis on all three of our bars. As you see, we are running Overload, Malicious Curse, Crushing Shock as our main DPS, Structure Entropy, and Ice Comet. Streak on our back bar, our three main shields, Healing Ward, Harness Magicka, and Harden Ward. And with our Overload bar, we're running Boundless Storm, Dark Deal, Inner Light for more crit, and Harden Ward again. Now with an alternate way you can set this up is you can have an Execute here, and with this Ice Comet you can change it. You can run Dawnbreaker if you don't have Ice Comet or Soul Strike. Either of them work. With Ice Comet, I'd prefer you go Shooting Star for the more ultimate gain, and it just does nearly as much damage. But either one is really good. With Structure Entropy, made the Might of the Guild passive, which is really the last one, grants you 20% more damage on your next attack. And as I said, you can, if you don't want to run Bound Aegis, you can run Execute here. And for your back bar, you can run Boundless Storm here. If you do not choose to run on your Overload bar, you could also put in Dark Deal, Ruined Cage, or Mines. And for your Overload bar, the reason why I'm running Dark Deal is that if you look at our magic recovery, it actually goes up pretty quick, because we're sitting at nearly 1900 magic recovery on our Overload bar, and in about just 2 to 3 swipes you'll be back at full stamina, and it does a really good heal. With Bound Aegis, we get increased max magicka by 8%, and we have physical resistance and spell resistance added, along with Boundless Storm, which gives us even more in physical and spell resistance. And if you're trying to get out somewhere, you can just sprint out with Boundless Storm, and also you can switch Dark Deal out and put on Streak if you want more mobility. And only here with more crit with Inner Light, because our crit is at 42%. With the sets that we're running, it's 3-piece or 4-piece Magnus if you're wanting to run dual wield daggers, but 3-piece Magnus, so 3-piece on both of your bars, and 2-piece on the body, and then 5-piece Kagranax Hope on the body. All divines, and both of these weapons are sharpened. You can go defending here just for the more physical and spell resistance. And the set we're running all spell damage willpower. Reason why all divines, just for the most out of the Atronach boon. As you see, we're at 1900 recovery. You could go Impen, because just for the crit resistance if your shields do happen to go down, but that's entirely up to you, the way you would want to set it up. And just there's alternate ways you can set up with your armor sets. You can run 2 Kina here, you can run Maelstrom staffs here, you can run Vicious Death swords or dual wield swords, and 3-piece Vicious Death rings and necklace. There's multiple ways you could set it up however you would like it. And on our back bar, our enchantment is increased spell and weapon damage, so fully buffed. We're sitting at nearly 2900 spell damage, 2100 magic recovery. On our front bar it's nearly 2200. we have 41k max Magicka, 23k health, and 13k stamina, 18k spell resistance, and physical resistance is at 16k. Now let's get into champion points. We are at 42 into magician. You can take points out of here in tumbling. Before you get anywhere, you can take points out of tumbling to at least 5% and dump that into magician just for the reduced costs if you want. 100 into arcanist, 3 into shadow ward just for the block cost. It's really helpful. I actually found this pointless, having 10 no blessed, because as a sorc you're just going to be shield stacking, and you really do not need this at all. So you can take blessed out, and if you want you can have 10 points actually into here in the Elfborn for the spell crit and the healing, and dump everything else into spell erosion because you want as much spell penetration as possible. And if you do that, so like it's 100 into here, do 100 into here, so it was like 47 here. You can have 10 into here, and then 37 points into spell erosion. You'll be nearly at past 2100, and 10% into staff expert for the more damage with our light and heavy attack weaves into our crushing shock, and shattering blows for going against people with damage shields. And no points into here. 10 crit resistant, 40 into hardy because stam builds hit harder than magic builds. 10% into here for elemental defender, and 89 to bastion. 1 in quick recuv. You can take 1 in quick recuv and resistant, 10 resistant, and dump it all into bastions just so you have the full 25% into bastion. The only reason I have it set up this way is just because in case my I happen to not get up, or if my shields run out, I'll be able to take at least a bit more hits, or and reduce the crit damage done to me, so that it would buy me time to stack up my shields again. Because really, you're only losing 2% here compared to 5% crit damage you'll be taking. So that's the way I would like to have it set up, and it's actually really useful. One thing though, before we come to conclusion, you just get all the passives here. All the passives are really useful except for that last one, Daedric summoning. You want all the passives here, all passives here, all passives here. For these two, I'd say get the passives that say, if you have the extra skill points, get the passives that say with 1 or more pieces of medium armor, just because we're running 5-1-1 with this setup, or we're running a heavy chest and medium legs, and fortunately we do not have Undaunted 7, which would increase our max stats. So once you get Undaunted 7 and then you get to Undaunted 9, it's really helpful that you set up your character 5-1-1. Whichever build you go, 5 heavy, 5 light, or 5 medium, it's always good to set up 5-1-1. And again, only the ones that say with 1 or more pieces of heavy armor. Dawnbreaker and Soul Strike are alternate ultimates to run if you do not have Mage's Guild 10. All passives here. This is also really useful for PvE, along with Intimidating Presence, as you see right there, the very first passive. And again, all passives here. We are high elf, so we have magic recovery, max Magicka, and increased damage with elemental effects. And one thing I would really suggest, since you'll be capturing a lot of resources and keeps, and if you are running Imperial City, you take a flag and especially since it's always constant, um, like constantly going around districts and taking flags, this is really useful. Continuous attacks buffs up your spell damage and your recovery for at least 10 minutes for each time you capture a flag. You'll notice on your bar that it'll increase your Magicka recovery and spell damage, and it'll be here in your active effects. I'll show you a screenshot of what my stats are with a Destro and with dual wield at the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be uploading another video tomorrow using this build in the series with my friends. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any build up ideas of your own that you would like to share. Anything you want to mention that I've missed. I'm also making a stamp sorc, as I have watched videos of it and has made me pumped up making one, and I have a built up that's pretty fun times with, and I've only had it for like 2 days, and it's really fun to use. Thank you guys for watching, and please like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.